Hello, everybody. My name is Maria Jose Orellana. This is my ID card. And today I'm going to talk about the plagiarism and the APA 7 in the text citations. So, first of all, let's talk about what is plagiarism. Plagiarism is the act of using other person's ideas, words, or work without giving proper credit. It includes copying text, paraphrasing, too closely, or presenting someone else's research as your own. Also, it can be intentional or accidental, but both damage academic integrity and can lead to serious academic consequences. Now, let's talk about some type of plagiarism. Here we have the direct plagiarism, so it is copying text word for word. Self plagiarism, reusing your own past work without permission. Patch writing, it is replacing a few words but keeping the original structure or idea. The global plagiarism, it is buying or downloading entire work. And accidentally plagiarism, if forgetting to cite or paraphrasing poorly. These are some types of plagiarism, but using APA citation can help prevent all of these forms. And how the APA help us? How the APA can help us to prevent plagiarism because it encourages proper acknowledgement of ideas. It gives clear guidelines for quoting or paraphrasing. It ensures academic transparency and it helps avoid accidental plagiarism that it is common. And it builds a credibility and trust in academic work. Now let's continue with my presentation. Here I have why in-text citation matter, why it's important. It is important and they are essential because it can demonstrate academic honesty. We can avoid plagiarism by acknowledging original authors. We can support our ideas with credible evidence. It can allow our readers to find our resources. It can show respect for intellectual property. And of course, the using of appositation properly strengthens our academic writing. Now, when we talk about paraphrasing, we need to be clear what is paraphrasing, right? So, paraphrasing is the act of expressing someone else's ideas or words in our words. It is an important skill to have when writing or speaking to, as it allows you accurately conveying the meaning of someone else's work or ideas without simply copying in their words verbatim. There are several steps to effectively paraphrase someone else's work. The first one is read the original text carefully and understand its meaning, of course. Take notes on the key points and ideas in the text. Write your own summary of the text using your own words and a sentence structure, not the same, please. Make sure to credit the original source by including a citation or reference. It is important to know and to be careful when paraphrasing to avoid plagiarism, which is the act, as we talk about, the use of someone else's work or ideas without giving the credit. As we said before, plagiarism is unethical and can have serious and several consequences in academic or professional settings. To avoid plagiarism, make sure to always give the credit to the original. Okay? So here we have some APA situation style, and it requires two components for several source used. In-text citation within the body of your paper and corresponding full entire in your reference list at the end. So here we have the example, the author, the parenthetical citation, and the narrative citation. Here we have for one, two, three or more authors, a group author, and a group or abbreviation. So as you can see, here we have some examples. In the first step, here we have the for one author, Smith, 2020 and their narrative citation. So here we have for 2, 3, and 4. It is important to know all of them and to because in our work or in our papers we need to be clear with this kind of citations. Now I have key rules for in-text citation, which are direct quotation must include allocator, page number, paragraph number, or timestamp. Like the example, Smith, as I said before, Smith 2020, page 170, Smith 2020, found at page 107. Paraphrasing page number are encouraged but not required, unless it will help us as a reader find a specific page in a long document. When we don't have author, so don't author neither, we use resources title in place of the author's names. Italicized titles books, reports, and use of quotation marks for article, web page, and titles. And when we don't have date, we use the abbreviation ND for no date. So here I have some examples or for paraphrasing involves rewriting someone else's ideas in your own words. Here we have the example is effective reading strategies improve comprehension. Hernandez 2019. The correct paraphrasing is using strong reader techniques help students understand text better using the citation. And of course, I have an incorrect paraphrase, which is good reading strategies improve comprehension because here we don't have citation. Now let's talk about quoting. Quoting edition establishes specific guidelines for direct textual quotation, which depends on the length of the quote. In both cases, the author last name, the year of publication, and the page of the number or paragraph number is not pagination of the original source must always be included. Here I have some examples about the correct and incorrect citations. So here we have the correct in the blue ones, the paraphrasing with citation, quotation with page number, and using sources ethically and transparently. This is the correct way. And on the other side, we have the incorrect way, which are copying and pasting without credit, replacing only few words and but writing, using idea from a source but failing, not including in text citations, and citing incorrectly or incompletely, which is incorrect. Which is the difference between quoting and paraphrasing? Because sometimes it can be confused, right? Quoting is used to direct important information, opinion, or policy. A quotation is used in a place when the author is trying to explain anything important. When the author tries to compare and contrast a specific point of views, and of course, to add power in one's point. On the other hand, paraphrasing, it clarifies a short phrase from a text. It aims to improve the most information in confusing words or forms. Its imply involves a combination of text into one's own words, and it involves in text citation like APA or MLA or Chicago, etc. The original scholar sentences. Here I have an example using the paraphrasing and quotation because I want to clarify this. Language learning improves cognitive flexibility. Lopez 2021, page 42. This is the original scholar sentence. So using paraphrasing, here we have developing skills in a new language help the brain adapt and process information more efficiently, and we use the reference. And the quote is language learning improves cognitive flexibility. The differences are that paraphrasing uses your own words and structure. Quoting keeps the author extra words and both require proper apposition. And as a final reflection, plagiarism can prevent through awareness, responsibility, and proper citation. By understanding the different type of plagiarism, we as students can avoid academic dishonesty and respecting the intellectual property. Using APA 7 in text citation allows writers to integrate sources, especially by paraphrasing and quoting correctly. When the students learn to give credit to other authors, they can strengthen their academic integrity, and become more responsible researchers and professionals. So that's all. Thank you very much for your support and thank you very much for your attention. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye bye.